Hello everybody, Double Talk 73 here. We still trying to get this trophy whitefish up here at White Moose Lake. So I had to do some errands, run around. So I'm back at it. We'll see what happens. I appreciate all y'all hanging with me earlier today. Especially down at Quanchican where I was finishing that one up. I mean Alaska. Different lake. Different river. We got them though, didn't we? Yes, we did. And what was funny was the trophy pink was the hardest one to get. And that's usually, hey buddy, how's it going? You doing okay, Pat? I hope this finds you safe and well and happy. Yowza, yowza, yowza. I'm trying to finish up this mission, and all I need is a trophy. Hey, Mike. All I need is that trophy whitefish. I've already gone. Mike, question. When you caught yours, were you fishing in the middle of the water, the depth, or on the bottom? I'm safe and happy and above the ground. Hello, Colin. Welcome back, y'all. Trying to finish it. I'm going to do this one, and then I forget whether it's Rocky or Falcon. Falcon, I think I need a middle. Okay. Thank you, Pat. I need a trophy rainbow on a spinner. Well, that's a little bit. So I put a 1.5 ounce number 6 hook on this thing. I caught a trophy flake a while ago. So a trophy and a uni. That was before I realized that I was not streaming. I was just talking away and fishing, talking. I looked over here, whoa, you're not streaming. Duh. Oh, me. Got to push the right buttons, don't we? Man, it's hot here. It's only 90 or 91 degrees, but the humidity, holy smokes, you step out the door, did a blessing come? You talk about my hats? No, if that's what you're talking about. Lake trout. And when I realized I wasn't streaming, I caught a trophy lake or trophy or uni lake trout. Trophy lake trout too. What blessing, Mike? Mikey? I won't eat this. Give it to Mikey. Mike will eat anything. I am in Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee. You can walk out in my backyard, and if you got my youth arm that I don't have anymore, well, he does. He does every day. Every day, every day. Oop. Don't. Tittle, tittle, tittle. Anyhow, what I was saying is I could, okay, my game profile. I see somebody wants to be friends. We'll confirm now who Daisy is. My game profile. This one. What am I looking at? Cool. My game profile. Is that not where I'm at? I'm down below 14 million. Down below 2,500 coins. So what am I looking at? Don't be so cryptic. Not sure. I don't know what you want me to look at. I lived in Tennessee now going on 54 years. And I love it here. I really do. Like I've told people, in 30 minutes, I can be so far up the river or so deep in the woods that Daniel Boone can't find me. That was my game profile, I thought. Oops, wrong speed. Not sure. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not sure. Maybe you saw something or got something that I didn't. That'd be nice. Are you a truck driver, Colin? Or just headed somewhere else? Whoa. There's where that chat runs together on the second line. Oh, Army. Yeah. You talking about a DLC or something? Okay. You be careful, okay? And since you're in the military, thank you for your service. Thank you very much for your service. I'll check it later. But the game, I stay logged in. So I have to log out and log in. Look at this whitefish. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I tell people, my daddy was 32 years in the Navy, and I know a little bit about what y'all go through. I don't know if I got it. Oh, I thought you said you were in the military. My bad. We'll still thank you anyhow, okay? Your dad is in the Pentagon? Cool. Are you in ROTC in college? So you can go in as a second Louis? I think it's second lieutenant, isn't it? My next to the youngest son, he's 34 now. He wanted to go in the military. He wanted to go in the Army. He wanted to be a sniper. He went to Fort Benning, and in his company, he was the top in everything. Shooting, I mean, he knocked the flies off a fly at 100 yards. I mean, he's just a crack shot. Calisthenics, everything. But he runs like an elephant. They have to do a 2-mile run in under 16 minutes in order to qualify and pass through their boot. 16 minutes and 32 seconds is the best he could do. Now, he wasn't fat. He wasn't lazy. He runs on his heels instead of on his toes. And I try to teach him how to run, and he just runs on his toes. As a captain, cool. There you go. That's awesome. And I mean that wholeheartedly. But anyhow, he went through boot camp 3 times with 3 different drill instructors, and none of them could teach him how to run. He just couldn't do it. So they were going to give him a less than honorable discharge. Nothing his fault, but they were going to give him a less than honorable discharge. So I called one of the senators that was based here in Chattanooga, Zach Wamp. I'd met him at a ball game, Chattanooga Gas ball game when he was running for office. And I'm not very hard. I mean, people meet me, remember me. Like I've told you, I'm 6'3", 305 pounds, and people remember me. But anyhow, I called the office and I spoke to him and I said, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. I told him the situation. He said, well, let me look into it and I'll call you back. Well, you know how politicians are. That's kind of figured about that's all the further it was going to go. Well, about 4 days later, I got a call, and it was, the caller ID said it was his office, so I answered. I said, hello. And it was one of his assistants said, Senator Wamp has contacted the commander, the brigade commander there at Fort Benning, and spoke with him and let him know that a less than honorable discharge was not agreeable. So they came up with, and whoa, yeah, that would be 6'7", that'd be memorable too. So anyhow, with the help of Zach Wamp, they gave him what was called an entry-leave separation. And they didn't do that to too many people, but if I hadn't called Zach Wamp, he would have got a less than honorable discharge, although it was not his fault. And with that entry-leave separation, what that did is they wiped his records. It was just like he was never there. So that didn't have to follow him, or will not have to follow him around the rest of his life. Well, let's see here. Let me look at the mark. Maybe I'm using the wrong jig again. Been known to do that. Oops. 2 p.m. 1 speed. Stop and go. What size jig, Mike? Let me see if I can find a lighter jig with a bigger hook. Get a little more action. Shop. Lures. Jig heads. Common jig heads. Nothing here. That would figure, wouldn't it? Well, let's go to my favorite, I guess. To 4. No, you're not interrupting me. You're here watching me. Why would I think you'd be interrupting me? And these messages are slow anyhow. There's a delay. Built into this thing so that the bots can, the words that I have put in the settings that I don't want in any of the text chat messages, there's a delay so they could check them. And like I've told you, I'm a Christian, and there's a lot of words that I didn't even like typing them, but I definitely don't want to read them. And I had a man tell me that he liked my videos because he knows that he can watch my videos with his children and not have to worry about what I'm going to say or what I'm going to do. So to me, that was a nice compliment. That's one of the nicest compliments I've had. I like that. Hello, Mr. M. You don't have to be sorry, buddy. Remember what I told you. God, family, country. That's the three priorities. And that's the way it ought to be. So if you're taking care of family, you're taking care of priority. And if you take care of God, He'll take care of your family. Take care of you too. See, now I'm at almost 5 o'clock. Sunny. Sunny. There you go. Praise the Lord. I'm an old Church of God holy roller. Proud of it. Pentecostal. I know y'all don't know it, but every night when I go to sleep, I pray for my family, all my friends, all my acquaintances, and all the people that I deal with from day to day, and that includes y'all. So somebody's praying for you whether you know it or not. And I don't know about your God, but my God hears and answers prayer. I pray for all the people that are affected by the COVID-19, that the Lord will touch you and help heal them and bring them through. And I pray for their families, that He'll support and comfort them. That's just me. What do we got here? Another lake trout? Yep. You know what's funny? I forget what size jig Mike was fishing with. He said he kept getting commons. And I said, well, get a jig with a bigger hook. So he did, and then he caught the trophy that he needed, but I forgot what he said he got. I may have to go to another sunny afternoon. Uh, a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Come on now. Come on now. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, let's see what the weather looks like. I may start fishing a little sooner, maybe 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'll start at 1 o'clock if I got another sunny day. Day number 3. Okay. Let's go tonight. Doo-doo-doo. Go to next night. Next night should be 2. Ooh, I made $4,900. Okay. Now we want to go to the next afternoon at 1 p.m. Yeah, I know. Nothing. Okay. You find me something to aim at easier. Yep. Ooh, mercy. Missed that one, didn't I? I just like seeing the elevator go up and down. No, I don't have premium. Oh, my line tension? No, 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 no. As long as it doesn't go, the red doesn't flare out. I fish, I try to catch the biggest fish I can with a rig and then set my line tension at max. Because as long as it doesn't go over max, over drag, you're not going to break it. Now, something you do have to keep a look on every once in a while, you've got to look at your leaders because they'll wear out and you won't know it unless you check them and bam, they're gone. Because it's not going to show you on any of your indicators here, only on that inventory page. See, it won't be any higher than that. When I'm using my bottom rods, all three indicators, when I catch it like a uni black drum or uni red drum or something like that, or a big tarpon, whoa, that was an overcast. All three of them will be right up here at the max. Maybe just one or two bars in the red. That's just the way I set them up. That way the fish come in instead of taking my line out. You just have to be careful. And then when you change lures or change line, reduce your drag until you catch a large fish, and then go up one click at a time, as long as it's fighting good or pulling out line, until you are at max drag before it goes into over drag. And you'll be all right. See, I lost a lure a while ago, and one of my 6/7 jig. I've only got this one and two more left, I believe. I think I've only got three. I had five, but I changed rigs, and I didn't have a leader on, and bam, it was gone. And I don't remember. I had to fish somewhere for 5 consecutive nights to get it. I don't remember where it was, but I probably can't replace them, and that's my favorite jig head. Is that 6/7 ounce. I use it a lot. Oh, we got something right underneath the boat. What is it? A burbot. Boy, they were fun to catch at Christmas. Those suckers would eat that crushed ice lure or whatever it was. You catch 200 of them, and you get that hat. I think it was Santa's hat. I believe that's what it was. But you catch them along the side of the rocks over by the dock. Use bottom rod, man. You just catch them 2 and 3 at a time. You just wear them out. It was fun. Good XP too. For a small fish, had excellent XP. I still like to know how my name got changed on Steam, because I was Bobby288 on there. That's the way I logged in, registered, and everything else. This is another lake trout, looks like. And see how high up my reel indicator is? You always want your line or your leader to be the weakest part of your rig. That way you don't tear up a rod or a reel. That's a nice fish, whatever it is. Yes, it is. Okay, let's take a look at the leader, see how it's doing. Better safe than sorry. We're still good. We're still good percentage. You talking about in real life? Real life lake trout? I'll tell you what was on my bucket list when I retired. I've been retired uh, 8 years. 8 years next month. Number one on my bucket list was the Philippines. And my wife said, we ain't going there. And I said, okay. Number two on my bucket list was Alaska. So we went to Alaska for 2 weeks the year after I retired. We got there the last week of July, the first week in August. And we took 3 or 4 bottles of Skin So Soft, with a bug repellent in it, because I'd heard about mosquitoes, this big in Alaska. Yes, I caught a big grouper. But anyhow, mine was only 59 pounds, 57 pounds, I'm sorry. But anyhow, we go up there, and I saw one mosquito. It was in the shower. The first night we got there, we stayed in a, it was called a Hyatt there at the airport, but it wasn't. It was closer to a Red Roof Inn. But, whatever. It was what it was. And then we traveled down to where I rented a room in a bed and breakfast at Cooper Landing, and that's where our base was. And then we traveled out and around and about. Went to Anchorage and saw people fishing there. The stream, where the trout were running through the stream, jumping from level to level to go spawn. Saw Mount Rainier. We left one day. Now, on a map, it looks like it's this far, but it's from Anchorage to Mount Rainier is about 150, 200 miles. So we headed that way, got about halfway there, and spent the night in Wasilla. And I went downstairs and was talking to the lady that owned the motel. Her daughter has a son that has the same birth defect that I did, ocular albinism, and we talked about that. So we got done. I go back upstairs. My wife says, guess who lives here? I said, I don't have a clue. Who? She said, Sarah Palin. And her phone number is in the phone book. Can you believe it? She took a picture of her phone number, phone book. And I said, why don't you call her? Oh, Lord, no, I couldn't talk to her. I said, call her and tell her that you appreciate the way she stands up to people that attack her family. Call her and tell her. She'll like it. Oh, I could never do it. She wouldn't call her. But anyhow, the next day we got up and we're headed for the mountain. And it was cloudy and drizzling rain. And you couldn't even see it. It was still a good 80, 90 miles away, but you could not see it. So we're heading up the road, and hopefully it'll clear up. And it didn't, but we stayed in all day long. I mean, we saw a sign for a little Indian village called Talkeetna. And we stayed there over 8 hours, just walking around looking in shops, walked down on the creek and watched people fishing. And on the way to the creek, there was a sign, like a road crossing or a stop sign, the yellow diamond sign. And on it was a moose with a sombrero on it, and it said Moose Crossing, which is pretty funny. And a little ways there was one like one of them Coca-Cola wagons, the red ones that they sell Coca-Cola and chips and hot dogs and whatever. So we went over there, and they were selling tacos. And I got talking to the guy that was running it, and come to find out, he was from Birmingham, Alabama. His wife was a native Alaskan, and they had met in Florida. Fell in love, got married. He moved up there. They bought the wagon, and they were sitting on the side of not too far from the river there in Talkeetna, selling tacos in Alaska. And he said that he'd had that sign made for his wife as kind of a joke, but she really liked it. I thought that was funny. He also told me that Their house was about 10 miles downriver, and they really had to be careful of the bears. Who we got here now? I gotta get my glass because Walton want to become famous by followers? No. See, that's where my son ought to be here to get rid of that. I don't buy followers. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be me. Anyhow, he said they had to be careful with bears because there was, now you can't kill a bear in Alaska unless you get a yes, unless all over, unless you get a license, and they give out a few per year, and they're not cheap, but you can kill a bear if you have a hunting license or a tag, unless it's life-threatening. And he said that his neighbor, about 5 miles away on down the river, was working on his bulldozer and had his rifle leaning up against the side of it. They always keep your rifle with him. And said he heard a noise, turned around, and this bear was just charging right at him. And he got 3 shots off with his rifle, and the bear fell down almost at his feet. And right behind that bear was another one coming at him, and he killed both of them. Then he had to call the game warden and explain what had happened. And the game warden helped him finish fixing his dozer so they could lift those bears up and put them in the pickup truck bed of the game warden's pickup so he could take it and get the meat processed so they could take it to poor people for them to eat. Didn't get in trouble because it was life-threatening. And the game warden could tell that the way the bear was laying, both of them, that they were after him. And it was definitely a life-threatening situation. Interesting. I thought it was an interesting story. But while I was up there, we drove down the Homer Spit, and I'd made arrangements to go fishing for halibut out on a boat, chartered a boat. And there was myself and 5 other guys, 4 other guys, I'm sorry, there were 5 of us. Supposed to be 6 on the boat. I bought a ticket from my wife, but she said, I ain't going out there in that little boat. It was only about 30 feet long, and the waves were pretty good size. She said, she remembers deadly as catch. She said, I ain't going out there in that little boat. Hey, Wicked. Thank you. That's about the 3rd time that's happened. But anyhow, she wasn't going to go out. So we went out there, and the halibut out there, they get up over 400 pounds, and you're fishing like 300, 400 feet down in the water. So bringing one in up off the bottom is like cranking in a Volkswagen, you know? Well, I'm catching fish for money. Just need that trophy whitefish. Anyhow, so I caught the first one, and I start cranking that thing in. And I'm cranking, and I'm cranking, and I'm cranking. My arms are getting tired. I'm cranking, I'm cranking, I'm cranking. Finally got it in. It weighed about 30 pounds. My arms were wore plumb out. I can't imagine catching one 150, 200 pounds. Yes, hefty gear. Triple-aught reels. Okay. So then I put some bait on, throw it back out there. And about 15, 20 minutes later, I get another one on, and the rod's bending over. And I said, man, where's your electric reels for this boat? He said, well, you want one? I said, yeah. He said, well, give me yours. So I give him my reel, and he sat down on the bait box and put his feet up against the stern of the boat and started pumping like this. He said, now, this is the automatic reel. He said, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've got the muscles built up where I can bring them up. But anyhow, we did pretty good. We only got to fish oh, a little over 4 hours. We were supposed to be out there for 8 hours. We got to fish over 4 hours. And there was weather moving in. It started getting rough. And he said, man, I'm sorry, we're going to have to cut her short. If y'all want any of your money back, I'll be glad to refund. I said, man, I've already got my fun out of this. I'm good with it. And everybody else said the same thing. So we're sitting in the galley on the way back, and the waves are getting bigger and bigger, and the wind is picking up and picking up. We're sitting there talking and drinking coffee, and this is the way you drink the coffee. You hit that wave, and when you're done, take a sip. You hit another wave when you're in the trough, you take another sip. But we're going into shore, and a wave hit us broadside, and the next thing I know, we was a good 40 or 50 feet over here. I mean, buddy, it just moved us at will. But we got back to the dock and took the fish over and had them cleaned, and I brought back, if you catch a 30-pound halibut, it will produce 15 pounds of meat once it's clean. Yes, we had fun. And I met a nice man from Florida. He was an engineer on pipeline up there. And he gave me his address and phone number. Said, if I ever come to Florida, give him a holler. And said he was fixing to retire in a month or so. And he said, I live down there. I got a houseboat on the canals. I run the canals, and we'll do some fishing. I never done it, but it was nice for him to offer. But anyhow, you catch a halibut, if it's 30 pounds, you'll get 15 pounds of meat. Well, I brought back a little over. That's not what I'm looking for either. I'll take it, but that's not what I'm looking for. I brought back almost 90 pounds of halibut. Oh Lord, it was so good. I made a mistake. There's two policemen that are real good friends of mine, and I gave each one of them 15 pounds of that meat, and I wished I hadn't. It was, oh mercy, it was so good. And then when they got it all gone, they wanted to know where I had some more. Now you can buy a halibut at the specialty meat stores. It's $30 a pound. Yeah. Or you can buy it online, and it's $26.95 a pound. Flash frozen and shipped to you. And I think above the meat price, you have to pay shipping too. It is good. Yes. The first taste I ever had of it, we were going to do a half-day scenic thing on a big boat to go look at the glaciers. Watch glaciers calving. And if you don't know what a glacier calving is, C-A-L-F-I-N-G, calving. Yeah, expensive. When a glacier keeps moving, when it gets to a certain point where it's out in the water and it overloads part of it slices off and falls into the water. That's called calving. C-A-L-F-I-N-G. So we were going to ride a boat, and we were going in the afternoon. So we were going to leave at 1 o'clock, come back around 5 or 6. And there was a restaurant there at the dock, the port area, and we went over, and they had halibut on the menu. And I said, well, what size piece of meat? And he said, well, it's about this big and about this thick. I said, well, that's probably more than I can eat, but let me try that. And they broil it. And I'm telling you, you take a fork, and it just flakes. But it's sweet tasting meat. And I'm not if real catfish is about all the stronger fishy tasting fish I care for. I don't care for bass or anything like that. That's pretty big, 54 pound. Like I said, the biggest one I caught was 34 or 36, something like that. But I caught enough to bring back a good bit of meat. Everybody did. The guy whose boat we went out on did that during the summer, and during the winter his family moved down to California, and I forget, he worked on some kind of a construction project or something in California during the winter. Said he didn't like Alaska in the winter. Oh me. while in Anchorage, I went into the smallest McDonald's I've ever seen in my life. Wanted a hamburger and some French fries and a Coke. So we walked in or drove in the parking lot, and there was parking for about 2 dozen cars, decent sized parking lot, and a little building over there on the side. And I go walking in, and there's a counter. The counter is about 6 feet long with one register on it. There's 4 stools against just a shelf that sticks out off the wall underneath the front window, and that's it. And that dining area probably measured total maybe 8 by 10, 8 by 12 feet. That was it. And then the counter and the cash register. And I went up, placed my order, and there was a little Inuit Indian girl with the biggest smile you've ever seen in your life. And I placed my order, and we were talking. I said, "Are you native Alaskan?" She said, "Yes, I am. I'm Inuit." And I said, "Well, I'm Cherokee Indian." And I said, "Never be ashamed of your heritage. Learn it and love it. Never be ashamed." She said, "My grandmother teaches me something new every day, and I will never be ashamed of it." I said, "Good for you." But she had the biggest smile. Just little things that you remember, that mean things. Yep, I'm going to have to use my eyeball again. Cool. Or not cool. I got some more fishing stories I'll tell you one of these days. Don't want to tell them all at one time. My wife says, "You're a real fisherman." She said, "Them stories get longer and taller, and the fish get big." I told her, I said, "The biggest fish I ever caught, I took a picture, and the picture weighed 5 pounds. Ha 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 ha. Oops, wrong speed. You didn't tell me, Wicked. Hello, Rich. How you doing? Good, sir. Well, thank you very much. And how are you today? Obviously, you're above ground, or you couldn't type, could you? I still like those headstones. The guy says, "Married so many years, and now I finally can rest in peace." His wife must have been a shrew. Boy, I tell you. I've caught one whitefish right at the end of the other stream when I said I had to leave, and none since. I am fine, thank you. Yep, about 5 pounds. I'm above ground. God's in his heaven, and all's right with the world. Can't ask for much more. Y'all can tell when I fish, I hate to give up. I hate to get whooped by ones and zeros. What I do is I will take a break and go somewhere else, do something else, and come back. But I don't give up. I'll catch this fish sooner or later. I found out something today that I was hoping that I did find out. I retired. When I retired as an electrician. That's what I did my last job. And LEDs were just starting to be real prevalent for different types of lighting. And I didn't know whether they had LED bulbs that would fit in a standard 4-foot shop fixture, which I've got some out in my garage that the bulbs were fixing to go bad. You know, you get that little dark gray or black at the end of them. You know they're fixing to quit on you. So I went out there to find out if they had LED bulbs that would fit in a standard fixture. Well, they do. 2-pin. They're about 4,000 lumens. They're pretty bright. So I bought some for my garage, and I bought some for the laundry room. And then I've got a bad fixture out there, so I went ahead and bought me another fixture with those bulbs in it. And come home and stuck them in. My wife got to the garage. She said, "Whoa!" Said, "Bright, ain't they? I don't like working in the dark." That's not what I want, but I'll take it. Thank you. Oh, mercy. It's close, though. It's very, very close. Is it going to hang? Of course. Oh, me. At least they're there. That's only the second one I've ever caught. But anyhow, I was happy. Now you can buy 4 of the regular T8 or T12 fluorescent bulbs for $8 or $10, something like that. Catch them on sale for $6. Well, these bulbs are 2 of them for $17, 17 and change. But they're good for 36,000 hours, which means those bulbs will be good long after I'm dead. I don't even know how many 36,000 hours is. Let's see. 24 times 7 times 52. That's only 8,000. There's only 8,700 hours in a year. 36,000. I don't know. That's 5 years, 4.5 years. I thought it was longer. I hope I'm still around to change them. Guess we'll find out. I'll only be 77, 78 years old. I'll still be a young punk. I asked my, now I've got 4 sons. They're 54, 52, 34, and 23. 23-year-old will be 24 in November. And I asked my wife, I said, "Who's going to take care of us? Hey, buddy, how is it going with you?" I know that. They never do. But the thing is, I hope so. And I'll never grow up. You have to grow old. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. You're the old man too, aren't you? Yeah. The LEDs, I know they never last as long as they say they will. But when you figure 36,000 hours, that's 24/7, 52. You're not going to have your lights in your garage lasting 24/7. You're not going to have them on that much. I'll have mine on maybe at the most 2 to 3 hours a day every couple of days if I'm doing something. Yes. Young at heart. That's what we discussed. Young mind too. My problem is I got a 30-year-old mind and a 72-year-old body, and it's rough. The mind is willing, the body just ain't able. Could be worse. The mind could not be willing. My mother-in-law has Alzheimer's, and just level up. There you go. Or level out. My mother-in-law has Alzheimer's, and she's in a center just north of us here. And I think, I don't know, if I ever get, they look so much like the whitefish when you come up out of the water. I don't know when I get older if I want to get that disease or not, because she lived with us for 5 years. I haven't, Dan. I used to play, you know, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and stuff like that, and then with my sons, and then I quit. And then I play a little bit more, and then I quit. But I've been playing this game fairly regularly since this November will be 3 years. And this is the most I've ever played any video game. But I like to fish. And it's close to real things. Yes, technology. Wow. You have so much. Don't forget, this Sunday at 1 p.m., the astronauts that went up to the International Space Station are going to splash down. So be sure and watch that on TV. Yep, there you go. As long as you can. I don't know if I could play this game with Braille. Yeah. I might have to have an ocular implant so I can keep on playing this video game. Now my older son, my 23-year-old Brett, he's the shoe 2K god. He plays a bunch of different games, mainly the 2K basketball and 2K football, and he's pretty good. We went out to Best Buy. I think he was 5 or 6 years old, and he was playing it out there. You know, they had the setup where, you know, you're playing to get used to them. You want to buy them. Funny. And there was a teenager there playing. I mean, I say teenager, I guess the guy was 20, 21, 22 years old, maybe. And Brett said, "Can I play? I'll play against you." And the guy said, "Sure, but I don't want to beat you too bad." Brett said, "Okay, don't beat me too bad." They playing football. Brett wore him out. I mean, he beat him like 50-something to 8 or 10 or something like that. And the guy's buddy was standing there laughing at him, because Brett would say, "Well, I think I'll score a touchdown." And he'd throw a pass and score a touchdown. Or, "I think I'll intercept you." And he'd intercept him. "I think I'll sack you. I think I'll run for a touchdown." It was hilarious. Everything he said he would do. And then he said, "I think I'll let you get a touchdown." But everything he said to do, he did. And that guy said, "How long have you been playing this game?" And Brett said, "This is only the second time I've been here." But he couldn't read, you know, the different things you do, the different defenses and offenses come up in the little squares. He couldn't read them as fast as he was moving around. He just knew that, yeah, that oh, my condolences. Great-grandmother? That's awesome. Yeah, Alzheimer's tough. But it's, before we had to put her in the assisted living, she called me meanie. She wouldn't want to eat, and I go in the bedroom. I say, "Get your butt out of bed and get in there and eat. Marita, fix it. You get in there and eat." But she'd say, "Okay, meanie," and she'd come, old German lady. She'd come in and sit down and eat. But it got worse and worse and worse. And she would ask a question, and my wife would answer the question, or I'd answer the question, and then 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, "You're more than welcome." That's pretty good. 95. She lived long, so a lot too. But my condolences. But she'd ask the same question, and I just answer it. But she'd ask my wife, and my wife would say, I just answered that 2 minutes ago. And I told my wife, I said, look, just answer the question. She doesn't remember she asked you that question. Just answer the question, and no sense in getting upset, and things will go a whole lot better. So that's what she started doing. I've got to live at least 2 more years to outlive my dad. He died after his 8th heart attack when he was 74. One of the neighbors down the street hadn't seen him. They usually had coffee of a morning or did something about every day, and he hadn't seen him for 2 days. So he went down to his house. He just lived a couple of houses down. He went down to his house, looked in the back door, everything was locked up, and saw him laying on the floor between the kitchen and the dining room. And his 3 dogs were huddled around him, and he knew he was dead. He called the ambulance. They came in. They were little dogs. They were mixed Chihuahua and Min Pin, and one of them looked like a miniature German Shepherd. But they would not let anyone near my dad. They were protecting him, so they had to call Humane Society to come and trap the dogs and take them to the pound before they could get my dad to take him to the hospital or to the morgue, whichever. And then when we got down there, I was asking where the dogs were. We're taking care of Dad's business and arrangements. Where are the dogs? They said they were in a dog pound. Well, I had to find all the shot records at my dad's house in order to prove that they had all their shots and everything before they would release them to us, or they were going to charge us like $100 a dog to do all their shots and checks and spay and worm and everything else. And I said, man, I know my dad, they've had all that. Will you show me the paperwork? Well, I found it in a folder in his desk and took it back down there, and they gave us the dogs. We brought them back up here with us, and they lived with us until one at a time died. But dude, them dogs hated windshield wipers. They liked to ride, but it'd start to rain, you turn the windshield wipers, and they would attack the windshield. I mean, they would attack the windshield when the windshield wipers. It didn't matter if it was raining or not, but every once in a while they'd ride, and I'd turn the windshield wipers on just to mess with them. And they would literally attack the windshield. Oh, there's that hair in my eye again. Maybe I'm shedding, reckon. It was. I thought so too. See, that's how long the chat is delayed. I know you typed that not too long after I finished that. It's about 15 seconds, I guess. The chat delay from when they type something and then when it comes across. There was a guy up there that came again wanting to sell followers, be famous by. So Wicked reported him to Twitch.
Will all you do, Dad?
Under settings?
When you listen? No.
No trophy. Nope. I've caught uni splake, uni lake trout, everything but. I think you lied to me. I think you just put that marker out there and annotated it so you'd reel me in. Oh, that's better than if he puts another line down there, you can't hardly read it. Okay. Wrong. You're not messing with me, Mike. You can catch a Chinook up there at night.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Window it.
He's going to fix it for the, hopefully. So what are you looking for?
I'm trying to get the mouse down here.
To do what, son? Oh, there.
Where was it at?
Right there.
Right here.
Uh-huh. He
So
already,
you'll click on
he
it.
already reported him.
Well, what you can do is click on it, and right here, you can just ban him from your chat for not saying anything else.
Okay.
There you go. Now it's all deleted.
Thank you, son. Don't you cast after and catch the fish I'm looking for.
What?
Now what are you trying to do? Oh, when you go up there and do something, it's there's a delay. It locks up for just a second until it finishes the command that you give it, and then it goes on. Usually it just goes to the next day 5 a.m.
What, do you want me to catch it?
Do what?
You want me to catch that whitefish?
Yeah. I'm not proud. If you catch it, catch it.
What are you, steady reeling?
It's mid water, one speed, and you can look at the marker buoy.
Let me catch it. Are you at a peak already?
I'm at the time that it's from 1 to 3:30 is the peak.
What's up, chat?
See how young I got? Just instantly.
Need to go to the rock wall and turn around the fish. Rounding the fish from the side.
Waterfall's at the other end. You're looking straight at the waterfall. You know how to. Here come my buddy. Oh, you've been sleeping. Come here, buddy. Come here.
How do I move this?
What do you want to do?
You need to go towards the rock wall and turn around and fish from that side.
Okay. Press R to bring the rod in.
What's up, guy?
Press,
You're just knocking everything
it
off.
don't matter. Press Z to raise the anchor. Press
Okay.
E to start the motor. And then use your arrows to drive. Forward, left, right, back. Oh, you're gonna run into the wall. Yes. Oh, slobber bucket. Oh, slobber bucket. Yeah. Went over to see Jason. Just take him over here to see him, and Jason didn't have any peppermint candy for him. They were both disappointed. Yeah. They're both disappointed. Yeah.
No, I think he has different commands for the anchor and everything.
No, those are standard commands.
No, he said S for anchor, and then...
Oh, you can set the keyboard up however you want.
Yeah.
Now, if you see where his marker is...
Right there? Which one?
Press the E, stop your motor. Now press the M. That opens up the map, and you can see where his marker is, and you can highlight it to see if that's the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Trophy white. Okay, so you know you cast it towards the right one. Or you can back up if you want to cast a little further. Just use the down arrow. You have to start your motor.
No, I already did. It's right there in front of me.
I know, it's too close.
Back up, fish towards the marker.
See? You have to have your motor running. There you go.
It is running.
Or you can press R and back up with your trolling motor. Same commands.
Anchored, then
R.
rod.
That brings your rod out. Now you're ready. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, mercy.
Wow.
Are you ready for a candy? Is that what you come to them? Oh, he needs to go out.
I actually did start playing this game. I just couldn't really get into it.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I just really don't have the patience or anything like that for a game like this. Easy control. Yeah, I bet it is a lot easier. What can I say, chat? What can I say, chat? I'm just gonna leave it on the screen, and I'm gonna let him come in and see it. Third cast, just a third cast.
Did you get it yet? Yes or no? You dog. You dog, you. Get up. That's hilarious.
I told you, just let me sit down.
That's hilarious.
3 casts.
3 casts?
Yep. Your chat can prove it.
Okay.
Just let me know when you want some lessons, Dad. See?
See what that was worth? $5 and
Yeah.
50 grand. That's the marker right there, isn't it?
I actually casted it to the right a little bit.
Casted?
Yeah, casted.
Cast.
Casted.
About halfway down. 1 speed, stop and go.
Well, I actually caught it at like 50-something feet.
Yes.
Yeah. You need
my tail to the wall. That's what I've been told all my life. When you go into a restaurant or a beer joint or wherever, always
get
put
it a little lower,
back
Dad.
to the wall.
When it was a little lower,
okay,
is when the fish hit it. About right there. I caught it at like 60 feet out, though.
I knew it was going to happen because it had to take the dog outside. But that's okay. That'll give everybody a good laugh when they see this. Now see, 1 speed won't keep that lure off the bottom. There we go. No, he's a video game player. He cheats.
Cheat? Get out of here. There you go.
Let's see what we got here. It's a lake trout. That's worth more.
You might need to mark that right there.
No.
Cause each fish that I caught was in like like 40 or 50 feet out.
I know, but it doesn't mark where you catch the fish. It marks where you cast to.
That makes sense.
So it's the same thing. Now I can put a mark there, but it's
I used aimbot to find it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What aimbot is when you're playing like a shooter game.
Yeah.
Then you hold your left trigger to aim at somebody.
Okay.
It just tracks with them.
You did that here?
Apparently. He's just saying.
Oh, you're messing with me for his side, right? See, he's 16.
Oh, okay.
And he's going into the military when he gets out of college. He's going to medicine, and he wants to go in the military as a captain. His dad works in the Pentagon. Says his dad's 6'7", 250. I said, I was talking about meeting Zach Wamp and him remembering me because I'm not a person to people. If they meet me, they don't forget me because of my size, my big mouth, and whatever. And he said that his dad's 6'7", 250, and he's kind of memorable too. He said he hopes he gets a little taller. This is my last cast at Tri-Fort, and I'm gonna go back up to Rocky and try to catch the rainbow that I need with a spinner. Yeah, big man. Like the song Big John. You're too young to remember that one.
You didn't tell him about Adu and Lamagna.
Oh.
6'11". Adu's like 270 now, Dad.
Well, this is a young man from Nigeria that played with my son at a private Christian academy here in town. He graduates this year from Mississippi State. Played basketball, but his name is Akeem Elijahwan Adu.
No, it's Abdul Akeem Adu.
Abdul Akeem Adu. I'm sorry. But anyhow, he's a man child.
There you go.
Well, thank you. Hello, Fab. Welcome, welcome.
There you go. See, now you caught one.
Oh, now I feel better.
There you go.
Now I feel better.
There you go, Dad. There you go. There you go. See, he can do the same thing. Yeah, 6'11".
Fabby. Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Stick around. We're gonna go see if we can have some more fun. See, I had to have my son mess with me there. Welcome to the afternoon show. Let's see what we need now.
Well, I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Okay. There is which one that we just. That's not what we did. What is it? What is it? What is it? Rocky? Yep, I need a white bass at Rocky. But there's another one that all I needed. Trophy trout. There it is. I need this says rainbow trout, 4.8 pounds with a spinner, right? Spinner. Okay. What's spinner? 4.8 pounds. I should be able to use well, hello. It timed you out. Sorry. You got your fingers spanked for spamming for 5 whole seconds. Yes, you did. Right there. That's an important part of yeah, Nightbot is sensitive. It seems to be on this game now. Okay, spinners. What are we going to use? Spoon, 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 spoon. There's a spinner. Barbless, X Series, Barbless. That looks like a winner. That looks like a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So it's Rocky, right? Make sure. Falcon, see? Now, go the wrong lake. Now we ain't going to relax. We're having too much fun. Besides, it's not relaxed, it's chill. Be chilled. Be chilled. I'll send you a message in a little bit, Fabbing. Or should I call you Jada? A Jada. Fab. I'll just call you Fab. That might be easier to roll off my tongue. Oh, man. A repair. That's not too bad. I think I better check my other stuff while I'm here. Inventory. Oh, Lord. It's fixing to hurt. This is fixing to hurt. That's going to be 40-something thousand. 30,000. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, you see what I do here? I learned that if you come here to repair stuff and you take this, if you don't have a spare, if you take this and put it over here, all your rods are gone because they were in your rod case. But if you have a spare, you can take that spare and put it down here. You're back to 100%, and then you can repair this one if it needed repaired, and that way you don't lose all your rods. Same thing with the tackle box. You don't lose all your lures and everything. Same thing with your vest. Same thing with your rod stand. Okay? That's just to teach you a little something there. Okay, we're going to Falcon. Falcon. Okay. No, I'm down 2 million. Except, in order to accept the DLC, I have to get out of the game, I think. Is that not right? Let me leave. Yep. Congratulations. Okay. The only way I can accept the DLC is to log out of the game and log back in. If I think that's right. Yeah. And it's only, I think, $325,000 for that Lev Mo 2. Now, I think the biggest keeper net in the DLC that I'm going to be giving away on August 11th is 554 pounds. That's still pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Up to the friends list, okay. There's nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, to accept the DLC, you have to restart the game. I got him. Okay, let's go to Falcon and see if we can catch this. That's got to be a trophy rainbow, 4.8 pounds. I caught a uni this morning by accident. I catch a lot of fish by accident. Yes, it's more than I'll have to see, this one thing we have been after the devs. I don't know if maybe I told you, maybe didn't, but I'm on the computer-based testing team. And one of the things that those of us that play a lot of the game, not just testing, we want more than 100 friends. That's not many. Is that where I want to be? So in order for me to accept more friends, I have to delete somebody. And that's just, who do you choose to delete? You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Let me get rid of this for now. But when it gets, like, I just accepted that last friend request, and that's 100. No, I don't delete them. It just unfriend them. And the next time I'm in the game, I do that every once in a while. It's just part of the game. But we have been after them and after them, after them to give us more than 100, and they haven't done it yet. Because if you download the Microsoft version from the Microsoft Store, it's free. He went and got on the game. He's going to show me how to catch the rainbow now. Anyhow, you go to Microsoft.com, go to store, type in Fishing Planet, and you can download the game there. It's a little bit different than this game, but on Steam. But you can have unlimited friends, and that's what we've requested from the developers. And they're cognizant that we're not the only ones that request that. Yeah, I tell you what, you go to Russia. No, not Russia. You go to Maku Maku and catch a 220-pound arapaima. You can do that. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't go there. But you can't, there's a lot of things you cannot do. Brown, doggone. I saw trophy. Trophy rainbow. There's a lot of things you cannot do on that game. The friend request, you have to do it through, what is that? ZG key? GeForce. You have to do it through GeForce. And it's not like you can find your friends real easy. It's more of a, I think I'll play by myself game and do the best I can. But on that level, or in that game, I stayed at Texas till I got level 10. Then I went to Emerald, and I've been at Emerald, and I'm at level 34 there. And I'm just going to keep on cranking them walleye until I get tired of it. Build up money so I can get bottom rods and other rigs that I know I need to catch bigger fish to level on up. When I got first invited to do testing, they were testing Maku Maku. And I've told y'all that if there is a bug in a game, it will find me. If I don't find it, it'll find me. And one of the other testers on here is Big Daddy. You've probably seen him on a game if you're on it very often, Big Daddy. And he asked them if he could invite me to join, and they said yes, so I did. So then they gave me the code to go to Maku Maku. Well, I went there and did whatever. And then we came out, I found a few bugs, and they fixed them. And then when it came live, I could still use that code It's called a super test to go back to Maku Maku. Now there's a long string that shortens up to the word super test when you go open up the game. But anyhow, and I went back there and everything was gone. There you go. Well, it makes it a green. Makes it a green stand out. So anyhow, I went back to Maku Maku, and I was back to, I could get there, and I was level 60, but I had no coins and no money. Oh, excuse me, I had 1,000,000 coins, but I had no money. And when they leveled me up there before to go play there, they gave me 1,000,000 coins and $10 million. So I'd have plenty of money to move around and buy all it, because I had no gear whatsoever, so I had to buy all the gear and everything. Well, it was all gone. So I went on the Skype chat for the testers, and I said, well, you leveled me up, but I got no money. And Big Daddy come in and said, sell coins. And I said, duh, I didn't think about that. So I sold 50,000 coins, so I have $5 million. Sold 50,000 coins, hardly make a dent in the 1,000,000 coins I had. Which I thought that was pretty cool. But it was fun. And then when they get ready for us to test Bolivia, that'll be cool too. I'm looking forward to that. Because I only got 2 weeks of testing Maku Maku before it came live. Something hit my lure and took it way to the left when that one hit happened. Oops, minus 86. What the heck is that? Oops, my supper going to be ready in a little bit. Come on, Rainbow. I need to catch you so I can eat supper. Because she's going to call me and say, supper's ready. So, yes, dear. I don't know. I think is the biggest one that's in a DLC is 660, I think. No, I don't play the fisherman. Just here. I thought I'd found something. I was doing search for something else the other day and ran across the website where you could buy the code for the fisherman for $9, $9.95 or something, $10, let's say. And I copied the website and posted it on a Skype, and one of the developers came back and said it's all over the web. You can buy it anywhere from $10 to $20, but the game is so dull that nobody wants to play it anymore. It's just dull, which that's a terrible thing to come from the people that made it. But they know their games. 550, okay. Pro Angler Pack. I would think that with the Blue Crab Island, you get the big bass boat, which a friend of mine gifted me that, and I sold rods and reels and stuff that I didn't need, and eventually the bass boat, and I wound up selling that stuff for about 800 coins, and still had stuff in there that I use, lures and hooks and whatever. We're going to move when this cast comes in.
I don't know, something's going on with my router, I guess. But I can hear you and then it do a circle. and then you can go back and then do a circle, and then you come
talking
back
about
to your stream. Yeah, I don't know
what's that called? Doggone.
It's trying to reload your stream. I don't know. Something's wrong with
No,
the
it's
router.
no. I figure what it's buffering. It's buffering.
Yeah, it does that when I from another person's stream. It does that too. I don't know.
You try somebody else?
Yep.
The same thing?
Yep.
Did you do what I recommended?
How do I check for other updates? I checked for the updates on the router.
Okay. There should, if you log into your router.
Okay.
Now here's a dummy old daddy telling the computer guy.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, I did the updates on the router.
Okay.
I just don't know.
There should be, when you log into your router,
right?
There should be under security, I believe it is. It's automatic updates. You click on that, and then you don't ever have to worry about your updates.
Right.
I had problems with my yes, buffering. You are correct. I had problems with my router. I got a Archer C7. I got a 1 gig connection. I was only getting 300 up and 250 down or something like that. I mean, it was terrible. Wow, 200 meg. That's, like I said, we got a gig. TVA. $65 a month. And the way I like to play and the way I like to download movies and stuff, it's worth it. But anyhow, so they sent a tech out here, and he was out here about 2 hours fiddling and uploaded my router, did the updates and everything. Changed the password on the router for his benefit, okay? Didn't tell me what the new password was. We were talking and shooting a bull and whatever, and when he left, he didn't give me the password. But he gave me his phone number so that if something happened again, instead of having to go through TVA, I could just call him. And he'd come over and do or tell me what to do. So when he left and I didn't have the password, I gave him a call in about an hour and said, hey, I got a question. He said, okay. I said, what's the password? He started laughing. He gave me the password. It was his number. Rural Iowa. How close to Des Moines do you live? I did business in Des Moines with a gentleman named Eldon Schleckering. His company builds satellite and cell towers, 400 and 500 feet towers up in the air. That's what his company built. And I went out there to do some business with the Des Moines Register. I bought computers from him. And while I was out there, he took me to the Cattleman's Restaurant. First time I'd ever had. Be there, Uni. Not at Uni. I need a. Wait a minute. That's over the 4.8. That should do it, shouldn't it? I didn't track the mission, so let's see. Oh, it sure did. There we go. See, that was easier than the Whitefish. Anyhow, he took me to the Cattleman's Restaurant, and out front it looked like the old Wichita Cattleman's Saloons. What it looked, 30 miles? That's not far. I don't even know if the restaurant's still there or not, but it looked like an old rundown saloon's what it looked like out front. Old rickety sidewalk and board and a roof about to fall down. And that's just, but inside it was really, really nice. All hardwood and everything. But that's the first time I'd ever eaten beefalo. And man, oh man, it was good. I mean, real good, and I liked it. And I did business with him a couple more times, and I always made sure that I went and got me a beefalo burger. When we went to Alaska, after we got up that next night, we were, I don't know, 200 miles from where we were going to that Cooper Landing. And on the way down there, we stopped for supper, and they had beefalo, and I got a beefalo burger. And I'm telling you, it was a plate, not a saucer, a plate. and the hamburger bun and the meat went all like that far all the way around, covered the whole plate. I could only eat half of it. And I can eat some meat, buddy. It was $5.95. I mean, the hamburger, it was this big. And I thought, now that's not a fish story. My wife would say, you remember I told you, she said, you're a fisherman. But it was this big. And I could only eat about half. Oh, the burger was about this thick. $5.95. And I ordered fries with it. Dummy. I only ate one or two of my fries. But it was good. I like beefalo. If you ever get a chance to try it, try it. Beef and buffalo bred together. Good, good meat. Well, I did what I wanted to do. I finished those 2 missions with my son's help and with Mike's guidance, which I appreciate. And we got some new, 3 new followers. Yeah, 3 new followers. Well, thank y'all. I miss Lars. I'm sorry, Lars. I'll send you a message about the giveaway we're going to have. Red-tailed barracuda. I use a buzzbait, so I use either the 7/16 ounce or the 1 ounce acid buzzbait and the rattlesnake worm. That's what I use. Hello, Didge. What's up, lady? You joined just as I'm fixing to leave. What didn't work out? Well, thank you. See, now you done told everybody my name. And it says, do not give out your personal information, your password. You just woke up? Okay, though, that's good. I hope you slept good. I spent an hour and a half trying to catch a trophy whitefish at White Moose, and my son, I had to take the dog out, and my son, he's on here, he's Shoe 2K God, and with Mike's help, he backed him up against the wall, and while I took the dog out and came back in, he was sitting there grinning. I said, no, you didn't. And he still had it on the screen. He'd caught that trophy whitefish, and I've been trying for an hour and a half or more to catch it. But anyhow, then I sat down and I caught one in about, 5 minutes, I guess. So at least I did catch it, and I felt good about that. And then I come over here to catch a Marita. See, there it is. I knew it was coming. Yes, dear.
It's ready.
Okay, bye. I told you it was coming. I won't tell on you. Russian fishing. Now, do not walk off the banks. Do not walk off the piers. And don't let the bear get you. All 3 of them, you die. And you have to start all over. And the fish, you don't just put them in the net. You have to throw them in the net. And that takes some skill, because I kept throwing my fish over the net. Then you got to catch them again. Oh, did they fix it? Okay. Oh, man, that's not. I thought that was pretty cool. Commit suicide. But anyhow, I got to go eat my supper. It just goes in the net. Oh, man. Colin, thanks for joining. Take care of your travels, okay? Tell your dad, I'm sure everybody has the same thought as me. We appreciate his service. And I know if you follow your dad around, you're in service whether you know it or not. So we appreciate you too. Yeah, Russian Fishing 4. No, it was Russian Fishing 4. Because Venomous Jack asked me to try it out. So I tried it out. And first of all, I couldn't cast over about 8 feet. It took me a while to figure out how to cast. And then whenever I'd walk out on the end of a dock, I walked too far and And then it say, you died, start over. Start over. And then I went that way down to the left and walked off a bank, get down on the edge of the shore, and fell in the water. You died. And then a bear, I heard a bear in the background, and I went back up towards the dock, and the guy that was on there said, you heard that bear, didn't you? I said, yeah. He said, if those bears catch you, they kill you too. So they're, that's a vicious, that's like an Australian game. There's things that'll kill you in that game. Okay, I'm gone for now. I'll be back. This is Wednesday after church. We have church from 6:30 to 7:30 online. So I'll be back around 8 or so, 8 or 9, 10, whatever. If you're around, drop in and we'll palaver or something. So you haven't seen a bear? Australian game? Well, God bless y'all. Again, I appreciate your conversation. Thank you for joining. And God bless you and your families. Y'all take care. Catch you some fish. Catch you a lot of big fish. And I guess that's all. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. So y'all come back now. You hear?